Good morning. I'm Lacey Shippey for the Rural Radio Network, and it's time to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, looks like a fairly quiet day here in the cattle complex, trading pretty mixed as well. Tell me what you're making of today's trade.
That's right, Lacey. For most of the day, we traded both sides of unchanged here. This April feeder cattle contract, we traded as high as $363.42, as low as $359.40 right on the open there. We've traded a $4.02 range here, and that index today looks like it's going to be down about 43 cents here at $375.38, with that daily average of $372.55 on 7,043 head. Now, the daily number is $2.63 lower than last week, and there's 37,415 head in the index. We did see Oklahoma City yesterday was at 369 down 3. Joplin was 366 up 2. Erickson, Nebraska here from Saturday averaged 391. That was up $7 here. Lineup this week does look good. Not great. So I think we're going to probably hang this index around 372 to 375 area for now. And that cash market still seems good here, and demand seems good, and the board is still lagging the cash, but we still have another 4 weeks to go before that index and the cash really have to come together. So we do have some gray area here, or this thing can flounder around, do whatever it wants here for a while before it has to come together regarding that March contract. Now on the live cattle side of things here, February live cattle do expire here at noon on Friday, so we've just got about 2.5, 3.5 to about 3.5 trading sessions left here once we get through today. The April contract looks to me like we've traded about $1.80 range here today, from that 240.05 down to 238.25. Now, some other things that we're kind of keeping an eye on here is still on this strikeout here, this JBS strikeout here in Greeley, Colorado. And we're also looking to see what kind of cash trade we get here this week.
Thank you, Kyle. That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted with a look at our midday trade here on the Rural Radio Network.
Growers have spoken, and they're raving about Storin corn herbicide. We surveyed over 1,000 customers who've made the switch to Storin, and 99% said they'd recommend it to a friend. That's right, 99%. With a 9 out of 10 satisfaction rating, it's clear why Storin is the herbicide customers can count on. But don't just take our word for it. Ask your Syngenta retailer or visit storinreviews.com to read testimonials from Storin users near you. Always read and follow label instructions.
Planting early can push your soybean yield, but it also brings more weed pressure. This year, choose a crop-safe solution that holds back weeds, not your beans. With Tendovo pre-emergence herbicide, you'll get long-lasting residual control, stronger stands, and faster canopy closure, so your soybeans can surge all season. And on the yield monitor at harvest, ask your retailer for Tendovo today. Always read and follow label instructions.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network for a check of your markets. Grain trade is mixed here mid-session, with soybeans and the product market still going strong. There is some renewed optimism in the bean market about the potential for some Chinese purchases now that the new year in China has ended, and trade is also finding some support in hopes that the EPA will come up with favorable renewable volume obligations in the new biofuel policy. Corn futures continue to trade just slightly lower here today without much to really make any big moves. South American weather looks mostly favorable for the safrinha corn crop there, and demand for U.S. corn still looks good with the updated export numbers. And wheat is lower as we're seeing funds pull back there, correcting the overbought conditions created in last week's rally. March corn is down 1.5 at $4.26. May down 2 3/4 at $4.37.5. March soybeans up 4 1/4 at $11.38.5. May up a nickel at $11.55. March Chicago wheat down 4 1/4 at $5.65 1/4. May down 3 at $5.70 3/4. March Kansas City wheat down 7 1/4 at $5.52 3/4. May down 6 3/4 at $5.65 1/2. March soybean meal up 1.40 at $3.10.10, and March bean oil is up 55 cents at $59.94. April live cattle down 42 cents at $238.82. June down 22 at $235.20. March feeders are up 50 cents at $364.80. April up 70 at $362.05. April lean hogs up $1.82 at $95.52, and May up $1.55 at $100.20. That's a look at your markets. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.